Alright, so in today's video we're taking a closer look at something a lot of players have been asking lately, and that's exactly how many free Primo Gems and Fates you can gather during the second half of version 6.1, and whether saving them for version 6.2 is actually the smart move. With Arlecchino and Zhongli running the show right now, and all the speculation around Durin, Varisa, and maybe even Benny appearing in the next update, a lot of players are unsure if they should spend what they have or hold everything for what's coming next. So let's go through the actual numbers, check every source of free currency you can reliably get, total it all up, and then look forward to what version 6.2 might bring. This video is brought to you by A Figure a Day, your home for premium anime figures and collectibles. Right now, the store is offering up to 40% off on all figures. Discover fan-favorite characters, beautiful sculpts, and new drops every day. Shop now at afigureday.com and level up your collection. Now, onto the free Primo Gems. The second phase of version 6.1 runs from November 11th to December 2nd, which gives us 21 full days of gameplay. That means your daily commissions alone bring in a guaranteed 60 Primo Gems a day, adding up to 1,260 Primo Gems for this phase. It's not flashy, but it's consistent, and consistency adds up quickly. Next are the events. The second half of every update typically contains two events, one main event with a chunkier reward and one smaller side event. Both combined usually give around 840 Primo Gems. This format almost never changes, so we can count on that amount. Then we have the version 6.2 livestream, which will likely premiere around the third week of the phase. The 3 livestream redemption codes always give 300 Primo Gems total. Just keep in mind that the codes expire fast, usually within a day. Another chunk of Primo Gems comes from the Imaginarium Theater, which gives 1,000 Primo Gems for completing it. It's basically a mini adventure on its own, and it's one of the highest value activities you can do during the patch. We also have the Spiral Abyss reset. Since there's one full reset happening during this phase, clearing floors 9 through 12 will net you another 600 Primo Gems per half, totaling 800 Primo Gems for the entire cycle if you can clear everything. Even if you can't full star the Abyss, you can still grab a few hundred free gems on the way up. Character trial runs for Arlecchino and Zhongli give a tiny bonus of 40 Primo Gems combined. It's not much, but it's free currency and lets you try out the units before pulling. The Hoyo Lab daily check-in adds 40 Primo Gems throughout the period, and you can also expect small rewards from web events or promotional codes, usually around 120 Primo Gems total. These are the small surprise drops Hoyoverse likes to sprinkle in through quizzes, art events, and social media challenges. Finally, there's the monthly shop reset. Trading in your Star Glitter for the 2 Intertwined Fates and 2 Acquaint Fates is worth 800 Primo Gems in value. Veteran players do this without even thinking about it, but if you're new, don't overlook it. When we add everything together, the total free Primo Gems for the second half of version 6.1 comes out to roughly 5,200 Primo Gems, which is around 32 Intertwined Fates after conversion. That's actually a very solid amount for just 3 weeks of playing casually. Now the real question is, should you spend these gems on Arlecchino or Zhongli, or is it better to save them for version 6.2? Arlecchino is still one of the strongest single-target units you can build, but many players who wanted her have already picked her up. Zhongli is always a safe investment because his shield is unmatched, but if you already have him, pulling duplicates often isn't a priority. This is where the decision-making starts to split. Looking ahead to version 6.2, things get a bit more interesting. Based on current community discussions and the more credible leak sources, the first half is expected to feature Durin, the new Pyro Sword character, alongside Varisa getting her first rerun, and possibly a new 4-star Nemo Bao character named Jehona or Jehovah, depending on the translation floating around right now. The second half is rumored to include Gilanin and Benny together. None of this is confirmed by Hoyoverse yet, but the pattern matches how they usually structure banners. One new character paired with a returning one to balance hype and variety. This creates a clear divide. Some players are skipping both Arlecchino and Zhongli entirely so they can prepare for Durin, since he's expected to be the headliner of the next chapter, similar to how big story arcs previously introduced characters like Nouvellette in Fontaine or Navia afterward. People who saved ahead of those releases often got more value out of their primo gems than those who spent too early. So, if you're still unsure, take a moment to think long term. Do you want immediate strength right now, or are you aiming for something potentially more impactful in the next patch? The second half of version 6.1 is a great time to rebuild your primo gem savings while still collecting every bit of free currency available, so you enter version 6.2 with a comfortable stash. And that's the full breakdown. Every free primo gem source in the current phase, the total amount you can expect, and a look at what might be waiting in the next patch. Let me know in the comments whether you're pulling for Arlecchino, picking up Zhongli, or saving everything for the 6.2 roster. And if this kind of guide helps you plan your wishes or stay updated patch to patch, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next one.